Hi everyone, my name is Mikey. Welcome to another video tutorial, another Photoshop tutorial. And this time I would be teaching you guys something simpler, which is how to turn pictures into comic images, like cartoon images, 2D images to be precise. And we've been working on a comic book titled Joyride, and from the experience I've had there so far, I've been working on it for months. Based on the experiences I've had there so far, I've learned a couple of things that I would like to share with everyone. Okay, this is a page from the comic book, and as you can see, characters are drawn around, and some of these characters are characters that you're familiar with. Okay, so we're going to be using the picture of Daddy and Mommy Mike-Bamiloye for this tutorial, and just bear with me. I might be fast, I might be slow. If you have any questions, you can put it in the comment section below. So let's get right into it. So the first thing I would want to do is we're going to be using 3 layers. If you don't know what layers are, I'm probably going to recommend that you first of all go and watch introduction to Photoshop tutorials videos. I haven't done anything like that yet, but before I do that, you can go to YouTube and search introduction to Photoshop for beginners and all that. You would learn all these kinds of things. But if not, I'll just give a brief introduction to layers. This is the layers panel right here, and layers are simply everything you see on your surface here. This is how you arrange them. So whatever is arranged here affects what you see here. So we're going to be dealing with 3 layers. The first one is going to be the outline. Second one is going to be the OLCR, which is the color. First one is the outline, second one is the color, and the third one is the shade. Those are the 3 basic outlines we'll be working with. Are you okay? All right, so let's move on. So the first one, this is where you create a new layer down here, right here. Create a new layer right there, and then you go to this tool right here, which is your lasso tool. All right, now this lasso tool is set to freehand, and we are not using freehand because our hands cannot be that straight. Oh, by the way, I'm working with a Wacom tablet. This is a Wacom tablet. It makes everything designing a lot easier, as you can see. Yeah, so I'm working with a Wacom tablet. So let's move on. So the first thing is we have to change this from freehand to polygonal lasso tool, and let us begin. Zoom into your image, and then we start. Perhaps we can start with, okay, now that these are 2 images, is a little bit complex, but let's just do it. Let us start with Dad. Let us start with Mike-Bamiloye. So I'll zoom into the image, and then we begin to trace out. Mind you, because you are turning this into a cartoon, you might not need to be as accurate as in my last tutorial where I was teaching about paintings. Paintings has to be more accurate than you can imagine. But this is a cartoon that we're trying to turn this to, so you don't have to be as accurate. So if you're drawing your lines with your lasso tool and you've made a mistake, assuming you mistakenly go this way, all you have to do is press backspace and to bring it back. So if I mistakenly do this, for example, I can backspace, and then I'm back to my original position. So there was something I did here while I was drawing the hair, because I wanted the hair to look a little bit rough. I switched to freehand and came back to the polygonal lasso tool. And how I did that was I pressed down Alt. When you're cutting out and you press down Alt, it automatically changes to freehand. For example, if I press down Alt and I start, see it's on freehand right now. If I remove my hand from Alt, it goes back to the original thing. So I have to erase this. I pressed down backspace, by the way, to achieve this. Okay, so you can see that I started with Dad's image alone. When we're dealing with 2D or with the style I want to teach you guys, you can do everything once, because this to me is like one image, but you starting with that alone so that it won't get too complex for you guys, because we're just starting. So let's move on. So first thing after highlighting the image, so you've selected an image right now, is for you to give it a skin color. I choose skin color because that's like the basic color of anybody. The color that is at the least layer. Skin is from the skin that you now have like the singlet. From the singlet you now have like the shirt, you know, that the suit, and and all that. So we're starting with the skin color. It makes things less complicated. So the skin color, now let's get a skin color. We are going to choose a paint bucket tool. This is our paint bucket tool, and you'd let's press Alt so that we can get an average color somewhere around, let's say here. So we can even adjust it if we want. Let's assume, because it's a cartoon now, let's say something around here. Let's say that is this light. By the way, this was the color I gave myself. I know I'm not this fair, but yeah. So moving on. So next thing we want to do is to click on in the inside of what we have selected. Don't forget, if you have any questions, please put in the comment section and I'll answer. And if the questions are so frequent, I'll probably do another video to explain. So this is the overall color right now. Now, right here, we duplicate this. How do we duplicate this? Two ways we can duplicate. Either you click this layer and drag it into a new layer, like so, and then we have two layers. Or you press it down, press on Alt, and then it duplicates. But the easiest one for now is that one is for when you are dealing with more complex work. The simplest one for now is just to click this, drag it into a new layer, and then you have, so now we have two layers. So let's rename them. First one, OL, or if you have the time, outline. The second one, right, we call it the color. When you start dealing with several designs, especially if you're working on the comic book like we've been doing, what I just do is I just type OL, second one CR, quick, but because I'm teaching you guys, outline, and the second one, color. Now this outline, right, the next thing we want to do is to get an outline. So instead of drawing it from scratch, the trick I discovered over time is this. Now I've gone back to my selection tool, by the way. I double click on this layer, which is the outline layer, and then the layer style pops up. Now this right here is the engine of this layer. This right here is the engine of this layer, don't forget. So if you double click on any layer, this pops up. So this is where you have all the effects that you might want to add. It's different from the filter effects. So anyway, moving on. So when you double click and style layer pops up, you go to your stroke. Now the stroke is on pixel 2. That might be too small. It's on 2 pixels. So let's kind of make it like 4 pixels. It gets bigger. So you have given it a stroke. Okay. Now you can see that we already have a stroke. If you can, yeah, this is a stroke right now, right? Now, the next thing you want to do is to remove the color. This is a filled color. It has it's full of a color, and we want to remove it. We just want to leave the outline. So what you can do is to go to your fill, not opacity, fill. Change it to 0. Let me invisible this color for now. Look at it. If I should bring this back to 100, you see what we have? Now we'll take it to 0. And what do we have? We have only the outline left. The second layer that we created, which has a color, is just color alone. So if I should erase outline, we only have color. If I should bring back outline, we only have outline. But don't leave it there. We want to remove it from this point. So right click on the layer, again, rasterize. Now we only have outline. Can you see that? Outline. So just like that, you've settled a lot of stress that you might put yourself through in the subsequent steps. You've settled it here, and as we move on, you will understand. So the next thing we want to do is to give the inside the outline. because give the insides an outline. The outsides have an outline. Now we want to give the insides an outline. So I make this one invisible for now, which is the color layer. And let's start with the face. So we're dealing with the outline now. So I go to my brush tool. Now it's on the soft brush, right click. Let's choose this one right here. This is the best for me. So I click on this, it's too big, and reduce the size. If you want to reduce the size without having to right click, open or the close bracket, that's below the space bar. Open bracket makes it bigger, you can see. Close bracket makes it, open bracket makes it smaller, close bracket makes it bigger. So you keep getting used to it the more you use it. So right now we want something that is as close as, oh, we chose 4 pixels in the stroke. So right click, you can also choose 4 pixels here. And it's supposed to be color black. So let's choose color black. This is where we chose the color black, by the way, down here. So you see it's kind of too thin. Let's make it fat. Okay, yeah. So the next thing we want to do now is to start drawing the insides, right? This is where it takes a little bit of time, but not so much time if you have something like this. So let's go. So I'll start with the hairline. Yeah, and then let's close it up. Let's do this space as well. Let's go with the ears. Let's do the other side as well. Because it's a card, you're trying to make someone like a comic book. You're not trying to be exactly as a person looks like. Then you have to alter some things. For example, the eyebrows. If you're gonna give me some eyebrows, you don't have to make it exactly. So be creative with it. Maybe something like so. And this one too, like, let's just go with this for now. And then the eye. But we're trying to make someone a cartoon character, comic book character. So just so once in a while you can be checking what you are doing by opening up the color to see if what you're doing is making sense. So you can see it's already making sense. So you can also add a little bit lower. Yeah. Yeah, it's looking like it. So the next thing is, now for straight lines like this, you might want to use a pen tool. I'll show you guys how to use a pen tool. This is a pen tool right here. It gives you guys a smoother line. Let's see. Stroke path. Okay. The pen tool, let me show you what I did again. I used the pen tool, create the lines, right? And then right click, go to stroke path. Okay, make sure it's set to brush and not pencil. Make sure it's set to brush and then okay. Yeah, so the next thing you want to do is this color, right? You can notice that my image is still outlined. The outline is still on. If I turn it off, if I remove it by pressing Ctrl D, it's gone. But if I want it back, because my color layer already has the full image, the full shape, all I have to do is click on this place right here, Control, and click this. The mask, or should I say the selected region, comes back. Let me do it again. Control D to remove. I press here, Control, I press here, comes back. See, Control D to remove, press Control again, see it's back. Now what we want to do is let's even color the eyes first of all. Still in the color layer, so I just zoom into the eyes. Go to change this to white and kind of just color this. Yeah, like this. So you can even make this nicer, like giving it some, hold on, let me color the whole region first. Now if you erase some areas is like this, just to give it the illusion of reflection. Let's do some here too. Yeah, not too much. Okay. So I hope this is making sense so far. Either color it with your free hand, or you can first of all, let me Control D, and first of all use your lasso tool again to get the shape. So this kind of makes it really neat. And then this, which is G, straightforward. So you can see it's making sense already. Next thing we want to do is color the dress. Now if you look at this, we have three colors here. We have the suit, we first had the skin, which we've done, then we have the inner shirt, and then we have the suit. So the first thing we can do, which one has most of the colors, is the suit. Suit has, let's color everything, the suit with the suit color first of all, which is gray. We can even turn it to blue, because gray is not really nice of a color for a cartoon, so blue should be nice about here. Okay, and then now remember what we do if we want to select, rather than selecting all over again, right? You just simply come here, Control select, or Control click rather. Now you can see that selected everything, even the head. That selected the entire image even with the head. So what you do is you switch to subtract from selection. Click this. So anything you select now will be subtracted from the selected selection, if that makes any sense. So we want to remove the head from what we want to color. We want to color everything minus the head. So come here, yeah, see what I did? See what I did? If I take this, see it's set to minus, you can see there's a minus icon on it. If I should come here and select here, you see it has deleted it. So if I should, okay, I press Ctrl G for fill. If I should click this now, you see it's not there, select. So let me undo this. Now Ctrl G. See? Does it make any sense? I hope so. Next, let's look at it. We want to separate the inner shirt. We want to separate the shirt color, which is supposed to be white. So what do we do again? We go back to our lasso tool, which is L, and then we subtract. This might be, I mean, you're already drawing someone's color. Now this is one way. Another way you can do it, if you have the time, is you can be selecting what you want to color one by one. With that is, if I want to color the suit, I would first use the lasso tool and mask out what I want to color. So it's either that way or this way. To me, this way is faster. So now we go back to our tool, change to white, click. You see? Straightforward. Next thing is a tie. So we go back to this again, and then tie. You see that? Huh? See that? Moving on. Let's do the hair. So the hair, now the advantage of this, you see everything is on one layer. The advantage of this is if I want to select the suit alone, all I have to do is come to this tool right here, which is the magic wand tool. What the magic wand tool does is selects similar color range in an area. For example, select magic wand tool and I click on this tie right here. You see that the whole tie has been selected because it's a singular color. Whereas let me do Ctrl D to deselect. If I click on the suit, see all the suits in this side are selected. If I click on this one, all the suits in this side are selected as well. Mind you, if it is not on this option right here, add to selection, it will only select one by one, which means let me Ctrl D. If it is selected here, if I click this one, this is selected. If I click this one, it removes it from here and then comes here. If I click this one, it changes, you know, it doesn't do, but if I click here, then it can add. You see, it's adding. You see, that's what it means. So now, mind you, your color must be selected. Your color layer must be selected before that can be achieved. If my outline is selected and I try and do it, this is what it will give me. Can you see? It's selecting the outline alone. Next thing we want to do is the hair. So we go to our color again. We select the magic wand tool, select the head, and then we can subtract the face. So it's easier than going all around. So we go back to the lasso tool. Ctrl D. Simple as that. Making sense? Yes? No? If you have questions, don't forget you can ask. Now that we're done with the first level colors, we want to now do the shade. So the third layer that I was talking about, I told you we were doing with 3 layers: the outline layer, the color layer, and the shade layer. So now the shade layer is always in between the outline and the color. It's going to be above the color. It might even be above the outline, doesn't matter, but it's best if it's in between because you are shading on the color. You're shading on the color. That's straightforward as that. If you put it under the color, it's not going to show because the color is going to cover it up. So you're shading on the color layer. So we create another layer here. See this layer right here, so we can call it the I just write SH for speed, but for the purpose of this tutorial, shade. Now,
this is my dad. What is this? Who is this? You are teaching me what rubbish, man. This is my dad.
That is your dad.
That's your dad.
It's your dad. I mean, it's good looking. Look at it. Okay, moving on. The shade now. The shade, you get how do I say this? You get to understand how to apply shade the more you do it. Don't expect yourself to get it once because you are trying to convert a 3D image into a 2D image. Some areas don't need to be touched or else it begins to look weird. It took me a while to get this, but over time let me look for a close-up. Yeah, like this for example. It took me a while to understand how to apply shade. But anyway, let's do it for this. So the first thing you do is to change your lasso tool to freehand. Then you invisible the color. Then let's start looking for where, because we are not going to go too complex. This place. The more you do it, the more you understand it personally. Which place again? Okay, yeah, this place like so. Let's go like this. Right here as well. Okay, now after that you go to your paint bucket tool and you dip to black, turn it off to black. Okay, you see that? See that? And then you can reduce the fill to about 50%. So now let's say we can even add more. We can add more. Yes. I'm not going to explain how I did mom zone. I'm going to breeze through it really fast, but if you have any questions, don't forget, you can place in the comment section. Now let's do a little bit. Okay, we should still do some more here. No, like this. Some more here. Some more here. Yeah. Okay, this button is supposed to be white. Make sure it's in color. Mind you, do not forget, everything relating to color must be in the color layer. Everything relating to shade must be in the shade layer. And everything relating to outline must be in the outline layer. Look at it without the outline. See how weird it looks. So this is with the outline. So I'm gonna speed through mom zone, and I'll get back to you. I'm sure you've learned a thing or two from this tutorial. If you have any questions, please don't forget to leave a comment. Please also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click like as well. Thank you very much.